What's up? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
It's going, Keenan.
How you doing, Toby? How you doing, Joseph? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You sound about as excited as you normally sound.
That's about as excited as I am.
You was at the track, so you should be excited.
Yeah, I blew up my engine.
what,
Nice.
what did you blow?
Actually the piston, incredible. I'm doing some testing for my engine tuning video. So I was trying something and yeah, I blew it up.
You blow a
Toby,
hole in
you
the
blew up your
piston?
engine a little while ago, didn't you, Toby?
Yes, I did. Put a hole in it. It's
Oh God! So we got
pretty
two guys.
spectacular.
There's parts of my piston right there.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, well, you definitely blew that up.
Yep.
I don't know.
See.
So let's get this. I don't think we're gonna get much people today because it's a little early, but we did do this a little earlier to try and well, Joseph, it's 10 o'clock where Joseph is. But anyway, I say we get into the intro. Oh, hold on. And we get this going. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Nitro is the glory. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast with your host tonight, Keenan White, aka Lefty the Great, and if you are unlucky, the Finnish village idiot, JQ. This is the RC podcast with no name, but plenty of content. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious bench racing.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 91 of the No Name RC podcast. I'm your host, Keenan White, aka Lefty the Great, and this is the NNRC hotline / JQ Facebook Live / Mugen recap with Toby, Hamson, and Joseph is already clicking on that damn mouse, which I'm gonna shove where the sun doesn't shine because I can hear it.
How did you hear that?
I can hear it. I can hear it.
I
It's
heard
very
it.
aggravating. So, welcome everybody. Please share this podcast. First off, before I go on, I'd like to say thank you to Toby for coming on. He did provide some great video of the race as well. I got to shout out RC Jars too, Kevin Winters, because he did a good job of covering it too.
Yep.
You know, you guys had more coverage at this race than all the races I've seen for a while since DNC, and it was all done out of pocket by you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was kind of like a nationals level event, so that was what really was making me want to, put the extra effort in. I think Kevin too.
Yeah, Kevin had some good videos, and Raja was there. I don't know his real name, but I don't have his whole name on YouTube, but check him out. Check out RC Jers. Check out Toby Meister 46 RC. Thank you guys for bringing all the coverage. It was great. I've watched that main like 2-3 times now because it was really good. Before we go any further, I want to shout out to all the NNRC squad around the world. Thank you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Please like and share this. And shout out to the patrons on Patreon that support us. Without you guys, we can't have this studio, we can't have this nice gear, and we can't bring you these lives. So thank you to the patrons of Patreon. If you wish to be a patron, check it out in the written description. And of course, shout out to the awesome companies that support us, which are RCMX, Techno RC, which brings you the hotline here later on. We will open up the hotline in a bit. JQ Racing, Beach RC, Pop Police, Traction Tonic, Manscaped.com. Remember, cut through the jungle and find your manhood. Get your, trim up those balls nice and clean without nicking your nuts. Rob's Oil for all your Amsoil products. Shout out to JQ Threads. They are because I think JQ Threads is awesome and what they stand for, I'm about. And Wally Buds, of course, my co-host is usually with me on this. And a shout out to
What
Buds.
I always say Wally Buds, You know what it is? Because of the Bermuda reggae artist Collie Buds. So I'm always saying that. Wally Builds. Sorry, Wally. And I want to shout out to Connor Ehlers at Dulliff Cranes for his support as well. I appreciate that. Dulliff Cranes is coming on as a somewhat sponsor of the podcast. So shout out to Connor Ehlers. I appreciate that. And we will open up the hotline here in a bit, but we're going to talk a little bit about this Mugen Challenge race, which happened this weekend. I I will tell you, it was. I think that 45-minute man was super exciting to watch Mayfield and Cole go at it almost the entire main. I enjoyed the track, even though I wasn't there. Just looking at the track, it looked nice. This is where the Nationals was going to be, and Joseph is continuing to click his mouse. Right, Joseph?
That was a pen.
Okay, a pen, same difference. What's up, everybody? Share this, please. Well, he says Wally should start a cannabis brand, Wally Buds. Well, you know, that's the Collie Buds guy. That's his thing. So what's up, Ashton Abjul? What's up, Josh Andrews? Just shout out to a few people here. Vin Manchanda. I probably said that wrong, but he's a Northeast guy. What's up, Enzo Albertini? I butchered your name, Enzo. Sorry. Almost made it. I was talking to Enzo earlier. He was so close to bump into the A main. So close.
Barry Baker.
Yeah, it was.
Barry Baker. We got,
misses me.
and he says, not really. What's up, Zach? Clean Freak. Go check out Clean Freak. Get you guys some Clean Freak. SJ Chandler tuning in from the UK. Adam Reevy. What's up, Adam? Ashley Patterson. Mr. S Works himself. He should be over the moon. Over the moon that Cavallari won. What's up, Richard Moore? What's up, Frankie Barbecki? RC Kevin. Hey, we got Atkins Diet in the house, Joseph. He came in here just to see you.
He made some money somehow. I don't know.
All right. So we're gonna try to do something a little new. If you guys have not seen this race, Toby was there. He videoed it. He went deep. Toby, let's talk about that a little bit, Toby. You went in there with your own gear and you broadcast this race as well as raced it. That was really hard.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't too bad. A little challenging, you know. I mean, I wish I could do more. You know, spend more time following cars and stuff with the camera, but you know, basically just got it set up there and try to stream to Facebook and live RC at the same time, and then just between races, run over there and try and follow some cars around, that kind of thing.
Unfortunately, the stream did go down for the A main, like the typical live RC fashion.
I know. It's I'm real bummed about that, because I was all jazzed up, ready to go, and I even did a little Facebook live of myself, just kind of hyping it up, because the driver's stand was loaded with all the pros who'd flown in, and they were just prepping the track, and then like pretty much as soon as the race goes, the whole fucking thing goes down. And I'm holding the camera in one hand and looking at it on my phone, just like shit. There's nothing I could do. So I'd already hit record as a backup on the camera, so I knew that I'd have a decent, quality recording of it. I could then post up when I got home, which is what I did. So, but it sucked.
Yeah, but that's cool. At least we got the recording. I sent it to Joseph so he can watch. Joseph, I now understand why you're so low, because you don't come close enough to the mic. I see how far away you're at the mic right now. I'm close to the mic.
That's because I wasn't seeing anything.
Right. All right. If you guys haven't checked this out, it was an incredible race. The LCRC was the host race. They have this race for a long time. They've had the Mugen Challenge quite a few years, correct?
I've been 5 years in a row, and that's all of that is on live time. So it's you can see the data. I'm not sure prior to that. Maybe someone could chime in here who's
I can't remember, but for as long as I've been following it, it's been at LCRC.
Yeah, I think it's always been there. I just don't know how long. 2016 was the first year I went, so I don't know beyond that how often it ran.
Didn't they have the nationals there?
Yeah, 2012 was the Fuel Nationals, and 2013 they did the ENATs.
What's up, Chase Elrich? Yeah, dude. What's up, Gary Wright? And well, obviously the Nationals were supposed to be there this year, but due to COVID, they were canceled. So this was like the impromptu Nationals almost. I mean, it was missing a few big names, but I mean, we pretty much had all the top fast guys in 8-scale racing there in America anyway.
Pretty much 5 of the top 5, the top 25 drivers were there. And then pretty much everyone else was there except Tessmans. Who else? Dakota.
Yeah, no Fenn, no Tessman, no Tebow.
Right.
So yeah, I would
Tebow.
say 3 guys.
Over there.
Cav, no Cav. He was on a roll. But let's talk about it. How was the who was setting the pace from the get-go? Who was fast? It was 2 qualifiers, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, yeah, Mayfield obviously straight at the top, and I think he TQ'd all three classes. I mean, obviously, it was Rivkin was real close. Just putting up the results.
Seth Van Dalen was doing. Cole was doing pretty good too. I think he started second on the grid.
Yeah, he was second. Van Dalen was third in buggy to start. Rivkin fourth, and Joe Bornhorst 5. So
How did you? This your first time seeing Seth freaking Van Dalen in action, Toby?
Yep.
What did you think of him?
I mean, he's pretty wild. You know, I mean, the stuff he does with the cars pretty incredible. But he's kind of. I was just thinking about this earlier. Kind of reminds me of what Mayfield was like when I first got in the hobby, like maybe 10 years ago. You know, kind of wild. You know, fast as hell, but just would drive into all kinds of mistakes. Whereas Mayfield now just is super calm and collected. Just his car didn't really get out of shape. He had very minor bobbles, in that 45-minute main.
Which was honestly, I haven't seen 2 guys battle an entire main like that for a long time.
Yeah, it was about a third in, they just went at it and it didn't stop.
It's amazing. I think at the end of the day, Cole just made too many mistakes. Had he not made those mistakes, he would have walked away from Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean, he made on the left side of the track. He pulled onto the sweeper. He got hung up on the pipe there. There's quite a lot of dust on the sides of the track, and he would. I guess he just got like one wheel in there and spun out at least twice, and then up on the top of the step up, and that was really his only issues. But then every time he'd pull right back on the bumper of Mayfield until the closing 3 minutes, when it was just he fell right back like 6 seconds, and that was pretty much over at that point.
Yeah, we're gonna show one lap on this race that I think defined a lot. And I want to get Joseph's opinion on this because he loves talking about takeouts, right? But first, I wanted to talk to you about the kid Mechanic, who I thought had the best name. Never seen this young. I don't know who he is. Don't know anything about him. Very surprised to see him in the main. And of course, your local fast guy up there is Jason Schraefler. Sorry.
Yep.
And so those are the Carter brother. One of the Carter brother. Well, the Carter brother made it as well. He bumped from the.
Yeah, Brian, he bumped from all 3 B mains to all 3 A mains.
Okay.
So a big effort right there.
That was good to have some Northeast representation in that main. But who is this young guy Mechanic? First, he had ass name.
Yeah, he's a local guy, LCRC guy. He's always up top in the A. For every big race they have up there or anything in the area really. So he's a fast kid. X-Ray driver.
Oh yeah, where did he end up? Let's see. I have some results here. Let's see where he ended up finishing.
He ended up 6th in the buggy main.
Yeah, he did. Ethan Mechanic, Ryan Mayfield, Cole Ogden, Spencer Hackett, Joe Bornhorst, Jared Wiggins. A good performance for Jared, actually.
Yep.
Oh, Techno did pretty good. I just really looked. Bornhorst, a quiet 4th, Wiggins 5th, Van Dalen in 10th. Drake had issues this race as well. Jacob Hardison making the trip up from Virginia to go to this race. Good stuff. That's a pretty stacked East Coast and West Coast main right there, I would say.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. All right. Let's see if this works, guys. I've never streamed live, so hopefully this works, and we can watch the first few minutes of this race. And Joseph might get active here, but I doubt it. So this is from you, the Toby Meister, on your YouTube channel. I downloaded it today.
Cool.
If you guys out in the stream world, if this is coming through for you guys pretty good, let me know. If it's too choppy, then we'll go forward. What's up, Big Ty? What's up, Danny Newman? Joseph, pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
All right. In the start, you can see these 4 cars just happened to pull away from the rest of the pack right away. Like I believe that's Mayfield, Cole, or Mayfield, Seth, Cole, and
Always in
Rivkin.
second.
But I can't see the whole thing from here. Let me go to my screen here. Oh, let
Pretty
me
choppy
move the
for
bar.
me at least.
Are you watching it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's amazing when you watch these guys when they start. They're just all accordion up, you know. No one tapping each other. Perfect separation.
There we go. I think the incident comes at about 3 minutes in. It's 2 incidents actually. Seth goes flying. Well, we'll see. Seth goes flying off the track.
It's probably the end of this lap, I think.
No, I think it's the next one because Seth has his accident and then we have the incident with Cole and Rivkin. If you guys want to
Yep.
see this, you can go to YouTube and check it out on the what's your channel again, Toby?
It's going to be YouTube/Tobermeister.
Okay. There you go. Remember this
There we
part
go.
of the track, people, right there. It's the next
Oh,
lap.
no, you're right. Next lap, yeah. And then Van Dalen has issues after
These
that.
guys are flying. Look at them. Like that is Van Dalen in second, actually, Joseph.
Well, now he is, yeah, because Ogden crashed since.
Well, that's the next lap. See, we're all wrong.
Oh, that's right, because they're running third and fourth, right? I think.
See, Joseph, and I thought you didn't pay attention when I sent you the video, but you did. Must be those. It must be the autism. Make you pay attention to certain things.
Yeah, we go.
Only certain things.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's this lap now coming up. Got to be. Yeah, because we're 2 minutes 30 seconds in. So
yeah.
here we go. Seth's gonna go off in this corner. Oh, he just
Oh, yeah.
nothing. He didn't touch anything.
There's-
He just
Yeah, there's some
crashed.
diced little ruts over there. You can't really see them, but there's some surprise parts of the track.
This looks like it was the hardest part, one of the hardest part of the track, jumping up on that.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it was.
So this is a good incident. In my opinion, this is good. This is okay. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Let's go back and have a look at that. Uh-oh. Let's have another look at it. There we go. And that just ruined Spencer Rivkin's day after that.
So go back and pause it right where that happens. I'll tell you what I think.
Oh God. There we go. I wish I could zoom. Let me see. Maybe I might be able to zoom in on it. Let's see.
You don't even need to. Just pause it.
The marshals are all looking the other way, unfortunately.
There we go. Right there, Joseph. He just made contact with him.
You know what? Actually, it is kind of hard to see. Before you paused it, it was I think I can see.
I agree with Miguel Velez. There is a hole there. What's up?
Yeah, so when we were thinking about the RCGP rules, this would be the hardest kind of incident actually to judge.
Joseph, talk up a little bit. People can't hear you.
But I think that if you went with the sort of RCGP rules that we came up with, what it looks like here is in the corner, Cole goes to the inside, and his front tires are actually ahead of Rivkin's rear tire. So it would be deemed an aggressive but sort of legal pass because he doesn't hit Rivkin from the rear. It is the reason why it becomes a harder case to judge is because it's basically a T-bone. Like
Yes,
Ogden
yes.
basically T-bones Rivkin and Rivkin crashes. So it looks really bad. But what actually is happening is Rivkin goes a bit wide. There's a gap for Ogden to go in. And he actually does brake to try and avoid the contact, I guess. Like he wasn't intentionally trying to take out Rivkin. I don't think so. But the thing is that his front tires are still ahead of Rivkin's rear tires. So, yeah.
So this is
I would, being completely impartial, I can see it both ways, definitely. But the difficulty is that these kind of situations, you need some sort of foolproof rule or way of dealing with them so that it's always the same decision because of some reason. So for example, if the rule is that if there's a gap that a car could go through and the contact is such that the car that's trying to overtake, their front tires are ahead of the other car's rear tires, so he's clearly, there's clearly hope of making the pass, and he isn't hitting the other car from behind, then it's okay. There needs to be some sort of rule like that so that you can then look at all these situations and be somewhat consistent.
if I was a referee, I would let this go.
Well, from the referee's point of view, it's really difficult because this one looked really bad. It looked like a T-bone.
Mhm.
If you play it back and you don't stop it, it looks like it's a penalty. So I think most good referees would definitely have asked Cole to wait there. And in any case, even if you say that it's okay, it's still it's not the way that you're supposed to
Like a gentleman,
overtake.
like he should have waited. But shit, if he'd have
Imagine
waited,
it's the World Championships, the drama that would ensue if that's the last lap of a World Championship for the win. Like, it's not a good look.
how do you feel about it, Toby?
Yeah, I mean, watching it again. I mean, at the time, the race announcer wasn't looking, so he actually didn't know for like a whole lap that Rivkin had gone from second to basically last. So, I zoomed in on it right after this, and I was like, damn, and it took a long time for the marshal to get there. I guess, as it was kind of like the early first, couple of minutes of the race, I think that adds a little bit of context to it. Like JQ was saying, if it was like the last minute of the race or something, then it would be a lot more, would have a lot more impact. But here, less so. And then obviously, Rivkin got all the way back up to fourth again in no time. And I think he had a really good shot at being on the podium. Had that not happened, and had he not had some issues in the pits later on.
Hey, Joseph, can you bump up the volume on your mic? I can hear you fine, but the people in the stream say you're very low. So I don't know. Maybe you can do something to bump your volume up. Toby, you're fine. Yeah, I think like Joseph said, if this was the last lap of the Worlds, Cole would have probably got a stop and go or asked to give that position back. But man, I'll tell you, turn your earphones on a bit, Joseph. I'll tell you, it didn't stop.
What? Earphones?
Yeah, don't let my audio bleed through. Can you guys hear JQ better now? Say something, Joseph.
Say something. Keenan's an idiot.
Can you guys hear Joseph better now? Let me know if he sounds better. All right. Obviously, I think you sound better. But it didn't take away from the awesome battle that Mayfield and Cole had after this. Joseph, what did you think of their battle that they had?
Yeah, I thought the race was really good, actually.
Well,
Cole
give us
was a bit faster, clearly, but yeah, he made too many mistakes. So that was that. He was always able to catch Ryan, so he had a bit better pace, but that wasn't enough.
I think Cole needs to win one of these races, like soon. He was at Wicked Weekend here. This is a great result for him, but it could have been bad. He could have won this. He should have won this. But if you take away his mistakes, he would have. Wicked Weekend, I think he came fourth. I think he just needs to win these races, man. Well, this is his home turf, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Hasn't he won some of these already?
He's won, like, I'd have to go look, but he's won some East Coast races, but not the bigger ones. And not Nitro Buggy.
If only there was a place you could go online and see Cole Ogden's race results.
Toby, let's talk about your blog that you really. Anything else you wanted to talk about, or did anybody have any questions from this race? You can go check it out. Mayfield swept it, so there goes my whole theory of Mayfield maybe getting slower. I was wrong.
You had a theory like that?
Yeah,
When
we
did
talked
you say
about it a couple of weeks ago, and I think he needs to get some glasses for the nighttime. But then again,
Oh,
he
I
raced.
remember that, yeah.
He did TQ at night too, so he must have said like, "Fuck you, Keenan. I don't need glasses."
Yeah,
So-
it didn't seem to affect him.
I think this track just kind of suited him as well. His type of track. It wasn't really too hard. What did you think of the track, Joseph? This is the type of track you would like to race on, I would assume.
Yeah, this looks like my favorite track in America. Without
Really?
being there. No, yeah, this looks like the kind of track that I'd enjoy racing on.
Come a little closer to the mic, Joseph. You're too far away.
I can't be any closer than this.
I want you to French kiss that mic, please.
No. My hat hits it.
Okay, yes. RC Jers, he won Fall Brawl 2019. Cool. But honestly, it didn't it rain?
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah, it was raining all through that main.
Here we go. Her the fabulous one tunes in. He says, sorry, we're gonna block you for a minute, Toby. He says Cole needs to drive the car to the limit, but not over what the car can handle. When he slows a little, he will win more. Mans, Cav, Dakota, Jared really overdrive what the car can give. In my opinion, no disrespect to Cole's ability. And I would agree with you on that, Barry.
Yeah, Cole is a bit too ambitious.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would say. Like, he makes some moves on the track which are just a tad too ambitious. Can't get away with it. Yeah, I mean, you really see it at the RCGP race in Manila, because that track was so supercross. If you watch Cole, he was super fast there. But even in some of the races, you can, when they follow his car, you can see he's like, wow, that's amazing, and then he flies off the track somewhere. And this race too, he just was pushing too hard and went offline slightly. Like, he didn't stay on the line, and when you went offline, you're in the dust, and then then you end up in the pipe and whatever. That's basically how he lost the lead every time. There was
Pretty
no
much.
reason really to push that much. He was already fast. Everything was fine. Then he just went slightly offline.
So someone says he's USA's Barufalo then. Robert
No,
Maxwell.
he's not that crazy.
Barufalo is on a whole different level of doing stuff on with cars.
Yeah.
So how about the program? I heard the program went extremely smooth. The owners ran a great program. It was threat of rain. I wanted to see longer mains, like longer B mains and stuff. But with threat of rain coming, they got in. I heard like 10 minutes after the last race, it poured down, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of a bit of a standing joke. The last, I think, 3 or 4 multi-day events that they've put on, we've had like this massive storm, literally like 10 minutes after we finished the last race. I don't know how they do it, but he's gone away with it. So we knew that there was some weather coming in on Sunday, and obviously the number of entries, 484 entries, was they had to make an adjustment for qualifying. It was originally going to be 3 rounds of qual points, and they reduced it down to 2, but increased all the heats to 6 minutes from 5. So we all got a little extra sort of time, but it meant we didn't finish at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock, which was what we projected, for 3 rounds.
How long was the break between the qualifiers then?
Probably 15 minutes, just enough to blow off and water the track.
No, I mean between the 2 runs you got. So you ran once.
I think each round was about 7 hours, 6-7 hours. So probably that. Yeah. I mean,
it was 232 drivers, 483 entries. So still a good amount of participants. That's a decent sized race. That's a big race.
So 3.5 hours for round 1, and probably about the same for round 2. But I mean, they move quick. There's no waiting around. 2 minutes between each heat. So they banged it out. And then Sunday, they knew there was weather coming. So they didn't do any water breaks, which obviously adds probably maybe an hour to the day, so
Yeah.
they were able to get it all done real quick by 4:30.
Well, yeah, they did a great job. Great track. Was this a layout they had planned for the Nationals? Do you know?
Don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think this would have made for a great Nationals track, to be honest. Very racy.
Absolutely.
Who are the owners of this track? They should hold a RCGP. That track is badass.
That would be awesome. Definitely would be cool to have RCGP. They definitely have the facility is huge. It's well equipped for that level of competition. Would be awesome. And it'd be 3 hours from my house, which is even better.
There you go. What did you? I wanted to know what you used to record all of this, Toby.
Basically, I mean, the biggest amount of work is the encoding and uploading of the stream to Facebook or whatever, Live RC Facebook or YouTube. And it's just basically just a little box that comes from China. It's like $160 encoder. But it means you don't need to have like a separate PC or nothing, or running OBS to do all of that, encoding. So basically it's just kind of like a regular kind of camcorder. It's on the high end side because I wanted to be able to control the zoom with just like my thumb, rather than having to hold the camera. And have capabilities for a remote microphone, that kind of thing. So it was kind of like a budget effort, but I probably put a couple of grand into it, just to get it the way I wanted it. So there's always more you can do. I bought an external HD screen this time that sat on the camera, so I could actually follow a little easier rather than staring into a tiny ass little camcorder screen. So yeah, it worked out pretty good, apart from the the loss of
the loss of the that always happens. Like
yeah, I mean, if you look at half the struggles that Brandon goes through when he moves around the different facilities, you're relying on the track's internet. I mean, they've got decent internet there, LCRC, but the infrastructure going from basically where I stand at the end of the driver's stand all the way through to the actual router within the building is kind of an unknown. And something was going on with that, that path where I was basically sending the stream, and it was just stalling and hanging up, and that's when I lost the feed. That's why I was trying to restart every 5 hours or so, or just to limit that chance. But yeah, it just crapped out right before the main, so it was pretty gutting.
Yeah, but that's cool, man. At least, like I said, at least you got the recording. And RC Jers, and of course Raja was doing his thing. So we appreciate it, man. It was, you know what? It was better coverage than what we got from Wicked Weekend, which was, no offense to my buddy JB, but and we appreciate it because honestly, you and Kevin did a great job of covering it. We was able to watch the entire battle and see the mistakes and all that type of stuff. So no, it
would have been awesome if everyone could have watched it live, but
All right, Toby. Well, I appreciate you recording it for us. Joseph, you have any more questions for Toby before we go into your or about anything in you read his blog this morning?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I agree about the whole thing about the different classes and having qualifying for all the classes. It would make much more sense to have fewer classes, and then if you want to have a 40 plus or junior race, just run the main for them. They still get the trophy, they still get to race. That's the real fun part. See, the problem right now is practice and qualifying takes too long. And it takes too long because there are so many classes that need practice and qualifying. And it also makes it, but see, this is why they do it, obviously, because they want more entries. And that's how they get more entries, because then people want track time, so they run multiple classes. Some people sign up for a class that they aren't even really intending on racing. They just do the practice, maybe a qualifier or two if they need to, tuning engines or something, and they don't care about it. They don't even race their main necessarily. But it's just a way to get track time at the race. I just think it's wrong. And then there are those drivers who can't race another class. So, I mean, many of the pro guys, for example, they can't race 40 plus because they aren't old enough. They can't race a lower class, so they can only race that one. So it's just, it's just stupid how it is, but I've said it so many times. So
Yeah, it's going to be hard to kind of go back on it. You know, people like the fact that they can run 2 classes, old folks like myself. It's
Well,
hard to take. Go ahead.
It's hard to change things. We know that for a fact. You did the RCGP race in California. You got oodles amount of race time and track time there.
Yeah.
And until people actually can do it, they won't know, I think. And did you make the 40 plus, man? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. Unfortunate, but you still got plenty of track time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mad track time. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Barry says raise the age up to 50 plus. Mark Calandra, isn't he? That's Mark Calandra. Who owns this track again? I forget.
Kevin Moma.
Okay.
His wife, Krista.
All right. Mark Calandra owns a track as well, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, I think he.
Yeah, CLC up in Rome, right?
Okay.
But they have the Rumble in Rome is next weekend up there.
Okay. Are you going to that?
Nah, no, I'm still exhausted from last weekend. I mean, it was a 5-day event out there, LCRC, because they do on Wednesday they have like a mechanics clinic, and then Thursday Drake does his driver's clinic. And then we.
How was that? How was the driver's
cool.
clinic?
Yeah, I've done it before. It's about 4 or 5 hour day. Adam will take everyone out on you get a track walk with him for about an hour. So there's all skill sets. People sign up. It's basically go online, sign up, $50, first 20 people effectively. You walk the track with Adam. It's super helpful. And then after that, we get kind of like a guided practice session with him. A couple of rounds of that, and then we take lunch, and then we kind of have an open practice session. And you can ask him questions or whatever, have him drive your car, tune your engine, that kind of thing. So, it's useful, and obviously it's you're kind of the first guys to get on the track too. So it's you sign up, you get the extra track time too.
Oh, there you go, Joseph. You got to step up your game there. Who did the mechanics clinic? Was it Drake? Who else?
No, it was Kevin, the owner, and one of the local guys.
Okay.
Who he pits for Cowboy Riser. I forget his name.
Sweet. You know who else we forgot to touch on was Lutz. Lutz, his first really, really big race.
Yep.
He was up to second at one point. He had some flame outs.
his religious convictions allowed him to do this race.
I knew you was gonna say something. I knew it. I just knew it.
Yeah, no, he did good. Yeah, he was right up there. Unfortunately, his second pit was an issue, I believe. So he fell back down. But
he's going to be at Sumter this weekend. What's up, Kobe? Yes, he'll be at Sumter, and he will be doing a driver clinic there. I believe it is the USRC race they have in there. So that's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Corey. Left tire salute. How you doing? Chris Drew says, ouch. Man, Toby, I thank you for bringing this to us. If we didn't have this, we would have had such a great race, and we couldn't have seen it. So thank you for doing that. I greatly appreciate that, man. I know you didn't have to.
We talked about pit stops on the podcast. I don't know if it's released yet, but it was. Yeah,
I released that this morning.
Mayfield had the same issue. Mayfield had less than stellar pit stops. He also lost the lead in the pits, and he lost time during his pit stops compared to Ogden.
Yeah, Cole was definitely, I would say, had the edge there, definitely.
Yeah, the only difference is when Mayfield messes up, he doesn't mind fuck himself like you do, Joseph.
Well, that's kind of why I brought it up. But It wasn't Mayfield messing up. He didn't mess up, did he? His pit guy was just slow.
Yeah, but you messed up going into your pits. If you want to hear all about that, you can listen to episode.
I didn't mess up going to my pits. You just get every single thing wrong.
Oh,
even when you try and get me or something, you still fuck it up. Jesus Christ. Try even.
I can't remember. Sometimes when you start drilling one, I forget what you say.
Right.
All right, Toby. Do you want to shout out to anybody before we're gonna go into the hotline here and take some Facebook questions and stuff like that? You can hang around if you want to be a part of it, but I think they're gonna ask this guy right here.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the local races in the region. So that's the guys at Critters, which is my local hobby shop down the street, just a 12-mile drive. That's my indoor off-road track. All the guys up at the barn, and if you know Rohan, he runs a great program up there. Another big track, 8-scale track. The guys at Trains and Lanes, which another track out, heading on the way out to LCRC, and then obviously everyone out at LCRC and all the races in the region who went to that.
And of course, 46 RC.
Yeah, which is, that's kind of like my, I don't know what you call it, kind of like a marketing promotion brand that kind of evolved into what it is today, which, it's kind of like a bit of like race media coverage and marketing media, kind of event sponsorship, stuff like that. So there's another big race coming up at LCRC in September 21st through 23rd, I think it is. It's the East Coast Race Against Cancer. So I'll be there again, probably. You normally get a pretty decent crowd of, big regional races there. So some of the guys you've seen in the Mugen Challenge will be there. So I'm hopefully covering that, and hopefully I can weed out these streaming bugs, and maybe people actually be able to watch the mains.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I want to get up to this race. I was just talking to JB. I was like, he's always talking about going to LCRC. So I need a trip to America too. Need to get out of here for a little bit. And don't laugh, Joseph. We'll see. I got my ticket to use. I just got to use it. So we'll see how things go. But I might come up. We'll see. Or the Halloween race, I was told, is pretty good too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, Toby. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Congratulations to Mayfield. Congratulations to Cole. It was an impressive race. Mayfield's sweeping, man. Sweeping. Mayfield's back. But I still think Fenn has to fulfill my prophecy. And I guess we're going to go into the NNRC hotline here. So we're going to take some Toby, do you want to hang around? Or
Yeah, hang around. If you don't mind, I'll hang around for a bit.
Sure, no problem. You might be able to, we might get some questions for you.
Cool.
Am I building my e-buggy yet? Not yet. I'm building my limited edition white buggy. I got the front clip done. So yay to me. You know what? Let's do my intro, because this is brought to you by Toby's chassis that he drives, actually. Techno.
JQ's got the stuff.
Techno RC. Techno RC is a premium manufacturer specializing in 8th and 10th scale high-performance off-road RC buggies and trucks. Visit www.technorc.com for a complete catalog of their products. Techno RC. Excellence in engineering. #Techno Takeover.
Thank you, Techno, for sponsoring the Techno RC NNRC hotline. Barry Baker says, Toby, what is your honest opinion about JQ? That's funny. Hold on.
Well, what's your dishonest opinion? What? Geez. See, that's the problem. You always need to say what's your honest opinion. See, the presumption is if you just say what's your opinion, then people lie. Then you have to say what's your honest opinion. Like, you shouldn't have to say that.
Yeah.
People don't tell me, hey, JQ, what's your honest opinion? No, they just say, what's your opinion?
I don't think anybody wants you to be honest, Joseph, because you just hurt people's feelings.
No, they don't want to, but I am.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to sign in her. If you guys want to check her. Taylor Wonders. Let's see. He has a question here. For pit lanes, a lot of tracks do a lot of things for their pit entrances and exits. Do you guys like the whoop sections or the chicanes for pit entrances, or should they just let people pin it? Taylor is building a new track up in the Pacific Northwest, so he wants to know.
I think they should let people pin it, and then on the raised pit lane, they put a bar over it so you can't enter the pit lane fast.
Yeah,
can-
that's fine.
You can drive in fast, then you have to slow down, drive up the ramp so you don't hit the bar, and then same on the exit. So you can't just launch it going out because there's another bar there. So you have to slow down, go under the bar, and then accelerate. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's what Kevin has LCRC, and it definitely works.
Any kind of speed bumps or chicanes, all of that, it just causes people to crash, make mistakes, and mayhem. And yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to sign in here. Toby Hamson, which Proline tires did you prefer, and why? And why? Also, which compounds did you run? Thank you. That's from Vin Manchada.
Vin Moto. Well, my results don't really account for much. I mean, obviously the track evolved a lot from, especially on the mainstay. It was kind of like damp, humid as hell in the morning, and then once the sun came out, it dried up significantly. So mornings for me was, whole shots, M3 whole shots, and in the afternoon moving over to S3. I know a lot of people run a lot of different tires. I know Brian Carter ran S3 whole shots in the main, and they were bald when he was done. A lot of people were running side locks, S3. So yeah, it's a challenging service. You kind of need. I always have a big mountain of tires on my desk when I'm done racing there.
Sweet. The hotline is open. You guys can call 424-414-6672.
I just pissed Savoya off about tires on Instagram. He posted a picture of his AKA medium long wear catapult. After 45 minutes, they look brand new, he wrote. And I commented, if your tires look brand new after a main, you had no grip. I mean, let's face it, I mean, it's physics. If your tires don't wear out, it means they're not working.
Well, I think you've done a few things to piss off Savoya. So
there's that, Maybe
all right.
I should have run a softer compound, had more grip, and maybe podium the race. Just saying.
Miguel Velez, que lo que? Hello. What would be the signs of a racer to know that he or her is ready for expert class? Me, as an example, on the Mugen challenge was 4 to 5 seconds from the pro pace, which I feel is intermediate territory. I would say you're in intermediate territory as well. That's what do you know, Miguel, Toby? I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, he's a good guy, techno driver in my region. I mean, obviously, you get to obviously work on his consistency. Kind of like pushing yourself. I mean, I put myself in the expert classes. I'm not particularly stunningly fast, but I know just by being there, I'm around faster drivers, it makes me drive harder and faster. Pushes me to, work harder on the car and set up, that kind of thing. So I think it's once you kind of get your program under control and you can kind of like find a consistency, I think you also need to kind of push yourself a little harder as well, to get up to pace with others.
I would say if you're not in the top 5 of that A main, until you get into that, then you stay there. Like even for sportsmen, if you're a top 5 sportsman or winning sportsman, then you do that for a year, then move up. So if I was Miguel, until I'm making top 5 or winning that, I would stay where I am. And because the open class or the intermediate, I guess the intermediate class, I think of open, intermediate, the middle class is still one of the most competitive classes in RC, in my opinion. Joseph, anything to add to that?
No.
Just get rid of the classes. That's his response.
Chris Trudeau.
Classes are fine. Just no need for too many of them.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Chris Trudeau. Even though Joseph is an expert on everything, is there any advice or tech tips he was taught early on that he still practices? or has become part of the JQ Bible?
That I have been taught early on. What could that be? Yeah, I'm sure there's something. I'm trying to think what I was taught early on.
We actually have a caller.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll
Okay.
get back to you.
What up, Kenneth Pope? How you doing? DeMarco, what's up? When are you guys? Next guys coming to Flowwood. Flowwood has Bring the Heat this weekend, so that's good. I don't know who's gonna. It's gonna be a battle between Hot Sauce and Little Bump, I think. Michael Woods. If JQ was able to attend the Mugen Challenge, does JQ think he could have beat Mayfield? Looking for his honest opinion. Hell no.
I would have beat Drake.
No, well, because he had problems.
No, you would. Oh yeah. See, like I say, you just keep messing up every time. Even now, you messed up.
What you mean? I messed up.
Yeah, you started saying that. No, you wouldn't.
Then I said, yeah, you would have beat him if he had problems. Yeah, Drake is just so upped it on you, dude. You had your chance at Southern Nats many years ago in Truggy when you almost beat him, and then you didn't listen to me on the tires to go out on. These tires are great. I said, no, your car doesn't look too good. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's exactly what you said to me. And then you went out there and you sucked. And even Cole, he used the same tires and he came off and he was like, those tires sucked. And I was like, I can't do this. So I just went like that. And you just have, like, Drake's just overtaken you since then. Ever since then, he's just stepped it up on the next level. He's winning 40 plus. He's doing all this type of stuff. And you completely mind screw yourself. Like, oh, I can't drive today, so my whole weekend's fucked. Yeah. The Marco even says, I remember that Southern Nats because he almost burnt down our pits. We have a couple more questions here. We had one person call in, but they hung up. It must have been Barry Baker because it's from Irvine, so I figured it was him. So Jake, Kenneth Pope is pissed off at you, JQ, because he says he needs race reports and you're not on Facebook anymore. He was asking what happened to you at the Finnish Nationals. I told him, go listen to the podcast today. So, Adam Reevy, what's your go-to clutch spring combination, or is it just a standard stock JQ clutch spring setup?
Yeah, just normal. 2 1.1, 1 1.0. So 3-shoe clutch.
Hey,
JQ clutch.
I can't believe we don't have any of these Northeast guys not calling in. They must be all at work. Chris Trudeau, Drake has Ronda. Ronda went to this race too. How'd she make out?
She did pretty good. She came pretty close in the Truggy, man, in the B. She was just like a one spot off a bump right at the end. It was a pretty good battle up front. Brian Carter and another local guy. I think she got up to third in the closing. Yeah, she finished third behind Carter. Gavin Gibbler won the race. Carter second, and then there was a 3-way battle with David Harvey, but he fell back and Ronda took home third. So she just missed it by one spot.
You know what, Toby? I'm glad you're here, and we're talking about Ronda Drake and women racers because we talked about this in the podcast today. You watch European racing, correct? Mm-hmm. So you know who Jessica Paulson is. You've watched her race.
Yep.
So we was trying to figure out who would win out of Ronda Drake and Jessica Paulson. And Joseph, a certain bird flew in my ear today and whispered in my ear, tweet, 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 when he's listening to the podcast. Oh, Joseph forgets when Jessica Paulson beat him at Neo Buggy. You didn't say anything about that in the podcast today.
You didn't last.
Yeah, but you didn't add that in.
It was the Neo race in Spain.
Yes, and she beat you.
That was a huge disaster.
That's like the story of your life since DNC.
I don't remember that race anymore.
I wouldn't want to forget it too. What do you think, Toby? Who you think will win out of those two? The two female. I think they're the two top female 8-scale racers in the world, to be honest.
Yeah, I've not seen Jessica run a lot, so I don't know. I mean, I think that Ronda's definitely seems to have stepped it up a lot recently. We got a couple of good. There was a couple of other notable
Yes.
girl racers at Mugen. Jody Ella, she's a local racer for Team Associated. She's really getting fast. Definitely going to be a name to watch in the Northeast, and obviously and Katie Roxbury, who travels with Jared Wiggins. She's fast too. Actually, was racing her in the in one of the expert buggy mains. So she's going to be she's an 8-speed driver. She's going to be someone else to watch.
And Katie Carmendi as well from the Southeast, from North Carolina. She's fast too. Well, Ronda practices so much. Like every time Drake goes to track, she's there. She's racing.
Yep.
Racing every weekend. I think she could beat you, Joseph. Oops, sorry, did I say that out loud? Joseph, I want you to get involved in this.
We
See,
don't
look,
need to go that far.
She could beat most of us easily.
Joseph didn't like that one. Come on, Joseph.
I just don't know. Like, I always get the feeling when people talk about female RC races, I get the feeling that it's like the way I hear it is the same as they would be talking about the Special Olympics.
Well, it's not that, Joseph.
There's no reason for that. A woman can be just as good at RC as a man. There is no reason a woman would be worse somehow. But people have it in their minds that they aren't as good. Like it's some amazing feat if a woman is as good as a man at RC. Like, tell me what about RC makes it so a woman couldn't be as good?
Can I answer that? It's because we have very little women in RC. So it's like it's not something we get to see. Like, come on. And you know, like we don't get to see many females at RC races, period. So I want to see more women. I want to see more minorities. I want to see more people of color racing. I want to see everybody racing, whatever. But it's just like that. It's just so when a female or a woman comes along and she's fast, it makes it special. I.e. Malin. We talked about Malin today on the podcast. How you thought she was the fastest if she would have kept on racing. She was on the road to being a pro. We've never had a female pro driver. You know, Ronda's the closest we've had. So it is a special. For now, it's a special thing until we get more women racing RC cars. You get it? So that's why it's special. You know, it's like you're special. And people.
But my point is that
I get your point. I understand your point.
Yeah, there are a few. Yes, I get it. But people seem to be like surprised because a woman is good.
No, they shouldn't though. You do make a point because there is nothing physically limiting a woman from being fast in RC.
Yeah, no shit. They just tend to have better things to do.
Yeah, right. They don't want to be hanging around nerds in the field and getting all dusty and
yeah, exactly.
And doing all that stuff. That's like my wife would never ever pit me. Like, I don't know. These guys who have these girls,
me neither.
Girlfriends that go to races and wives, they truly are. They're winning in life. All right, we need some more questions. What's going on, guys? Nobody's calling up. I know it's early. I believe Malin would have been top 10 in the world if she kept racing. I think so too, Nick Jenkins. She would have definitely been on her way. Man, nobody's calling up. We ain't got nobody. Joseph, do something to make people call. I don't know.
I don't really give a shit, so no.
See what I mean? If you want to piss Joseph off, call up. Call up. Let's get some more questions. We got 48 people on. Not much going on. How is the JQ Bible coming? I saw somebody mention it. So let's talk about that, Joseph.
Let me check. I'm going to check how many words.
I thought you finished writing it.
Pages. Yeah. I need to add pictures.
Kenny P, the number is right there. Scrolling across the screen. 424-414-6672. Enzo, I agree with you. RCGP East needs to be at LCRC. Well, shit.
The weather? When are the good months to go there?
Probably May through October. It's
May through
Probably reasonable.
October. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45,000 words.
Jesus.
That's a lot of words.
Chris Trudeau, how is the build going, Keenan? I did the first clip. I'm putting no oils in my shelf screen, so it's going very smooth and easy. And yeah, that's good. Mike Norris, not exactly. What's up, Mike? Third row janky shit. Not exactly a hot topic, but feelings on the Joker lane used in PMB. I didn't mind it. Some people got it confused. Oh, I wasn't there. I thought it made for exciting racing, but some people got confused.
I think it would be better if for the main they had to use, since they can use it 3 times, then once every 10 minutes.
But that's how they did it. Oh,
No,
okay.
didn't.
No, they
You
did
got
it.
1 4
Yes,
every
yes,
10
yes,
minutes,
yes.
But you could do it 3 times in a row, starting second lap.
Yeah, but then you'd have to police that. So that would be hard. How about you, Toby? Did you watch PMB at all?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was super exciting. You know, the different strategies. You know, so like I think it was that Truggy main. You know, when Tebow was about 7 seconds behind Fend. Fend had, you know, he'd still had 2 more Jokers in the bank. You know, it was you know, you could see kind of like the outcome, but it wasn't what the track showed right now. You know, just showed Tebow out front, and then he had that unfortunately flamed, so it kind of was all over. But it was pretty exciting. I've heard other people talk about it. It would be good if the Joker was kind of reversed, where it added time to your lap. You know, that might have been interesting too. But I like it. It's cool.
Cool. Chuck DeBellin. What's up, Chuck? Can you discuss if how gambling could benefit RC racing exposure, like horse racing? So I guess people betting on RC races. Well, I don't know. I never thought of that. I mean, people gamble on everything. Why not RC races? They would have to know. That could, like, we need to get a fantasy league going for RC. I heard people always throwing that around, talking about it, but we haven't done it.
I remember that. Who was it? Who used to be the Kyosho team manager?
Zach.
Zach. He got that going before the Vegas Worlds. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, he did. He was trying to do a fantasy league. What about you, Joseph? You've mentioned this to me before too. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it would be good. It could be interesting if it's done right. Even sort of non-RC people betting online, because there's online casinos and betting websites, and they bet on all kinds of stuff.
You know what?
So
I think
why not RC?
I think we need to start this fantasy league thing. You know, we got all this time. We should do it.
Yeah, I wish we just had a race series where it would be, you know.
There we go. Fantasy league for
simple to rank
RCGP.
drivers, and it would all make sense, and we'd have, you know, then good uniform coverage of the races and all the information you need, and the fantasy league would actually work. How would you do fantasy from Wicked Weekend when you no clue what's going on?
Yeah, no clue.
Don't even know who's there really. Until
Unfortunately.
the first heat has run. So I mean, yeah. Go on, Keenan. Yeah, do your fantasy league.
Well, I've never been entered in a fantasy league in my life. I don't even know how they work. So
That's the complexity with this, right? I mean, we don't have. Someone was asking me the other day. They were watching some of these videos on when I was streaming it live over the weekend. Actually, I was talking to my chiropractor. Actually, he was watching it, which was kind of funny. But, you know, he's like, so, you know, is there like a World Series? You know, is there like a series, you know, that you're all doing? And I'm like, you know, sadly not. You know, all these races are completely individual, and you no idea who's going to any of them. So, you know, would kind of make that league concept kind of hard.
I want you to send your chiropractor the driven video and see what he says.
Oh, I'll do that.
Because I'm interested to see what new people say. I've heard mixed reviews on that. Some people think it's not going to get new people in. I think it's attention grabbing. So people be like, hey, what the hell is this? So we shall see. Time will tell. We can't wait for episode number 2. Can't wait. But I know what's big right now is that no prep, man. People are winning lots of money doing that no prep stuff. Like, even when you don't win, you can still race people and make side bets and all this type of stuff. So I think that's what's making it grow even bigger. Like the opportunity to win money. Like one guy says, I raced off-road cars for 20 years, never won a penny. Raced one afternoon and made $700.
Damn.
What's up, Paul Ciccarello? I didn't know JQ was still into RC. Life has been different since he left Facebook, good and bad. Yeah, people miss you, Joseph, but don't even get the idea of coming back to Facebook. Life is great for me right now.
Don't worry, I don't miss it one bit. I'm not going back.
Yeah, you'll just trigger people on Instagram right now. All right, well,
new YouTube career.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Happen.
Let's talk about that. We got some.
What about that? We
got some. He's getting all deep, Toby. We're gonna get some in-depth carb tuning videos. He's been talking to me. He's starting a new YouTube tuning career. Let's talk. Tell me about that, Joseph. Tell us about that. We didn't talk about it too much on the podcast today.
Since I left Facebook, people have been asking about live videos in general, and then I thought, well, maybe YouTube. Then I started watching a lot of RC content on YouTube. There's all kinds. And I noticed that there's something missing. There's a lot of info. There's a lot of sort of low-hanging fruit, super simple entry-level videos that you can do in 5 minutes. This is how you set your ride height. This is how you measure your droop. This is how you set your this and that. But it's like so basic. And I started playing the guitar just a year and a half ago maybe. And I'm just learning off YouTube. And the best videos that I found for learning guitar are the ones which a complete beginner can watch. But it's not just that this is how you pluck a string and tune your strings. And no, it's the basics, but it goes further than that. It goes deeper than that. So that sort of next level of understanding and learning is missing from the RC videos that I've found. There's very little of that. So there are, for example, I'm starting with the engine tuning one. There are a lot of videos how to tune an engine, but they're all someone tuning an engine. There's no more context. Like even when I watch it, I'm trying just to watch this. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Let's watch this. It confuses even me. So what I'm going to try and do is make more sort of in-depth videos which explain more of the how and what and why. You know, a bit deeper level of understanding of what's going on, and then also not just the very basic thing, but go a bit further in on whatever subject it is, so that not just a beginner would like the video, but someone who's already been racing for a long time can watch that and they can learn something too. Or maybe they watch it and they think of something that can help them in their racing. So something that can be helpful for all of us, even the experienced guys. So
Sounds cool.
I must say, your Dremel skills are off the chain, man. Super impressed what you was able to do with your Dremel. And I don't want to, well, with that carb. And I can't wait to see what you're doing, because I know, like, one thing I know about you is when you do things like this, you do it properly. And you go full, you like, I know it. So I'm excited to see what this is going, what's going on.
That's why it takes time, because
yeah.
Not if I commit to something, then I do it properly. Like either I don't do it or I do it properly. Just like with the RCGP thing, David asked me many times to do some race or something, and I just said no. And then when I said okay, I'll do it, but only under this condition, and there's this massive project, you know. So yeah, either do it properly or not at all.
Cool. Elfids, what area of RC needs to grow the most, and in what sense from a business aspect or community? Do you think races are low in attendance, or there could be more? What's your definition of growth in RC? Who wants to go first on that one? You talked about it today, Toby, growth in RC in your blog. So I'll let you
Right.
go on that one first.
I mean, I talk a lot about some of my blogs about club racing, and I think that's where the growth should be. We don't need any more big races, and I think that's really does much for the hobby. It's the club racing that is where the growth should be. The having fun, the racing your peers, the bragging rights. That's what I think needs to the biggest area. And has probably has the most impact from a business standpoint in terms of selling product.
Do you think we need to stop fooling ourselves and saying entries instead of participants to boost our egos and boost it like we're doing fine?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, having all these Brazilian classes, just sure, I get 700-800 entries, but that's I prefer to see more people, less entries. Definitely.
Well, how about you, Joseph? Go ahead. I know this is one of your favorite subjects. Let me get comfortable first. Hold on.
I don't have that much to say. No, I agree. I think the big races like DNC or PMB or Worlds or something like that, they aren't indicative at all of how well the industry is doing. You could have all the biggest races full, but a low amount of races overall and no local club races and hobby shops dying and tracks closing. You can have all of that and still have the big races do well. So that's not an indication of how the hobby is doing. So yeah, I think local racing, regional racing, weekly club racing, that's what needs to grow. That's where the focus should be for many of the manufacturers too. They should put an emphasis on that. They should have their team guys and instead of just focusing on having them go to these big travel races, they should have a program for regional reps going to club races and their local races and supporting the customers there. Sort of highlight that side more. But I think more than the manufacturers or the brands in RC changing something, I think what needs to change is the race format and these sort of professional race organizers. Because where before we had a club race that was just sort of fun, like, one day event, $15, $20. Now they try and make it a big event. Like, this is a big race now. It's part of this series and it's going to cost $40 or $30. But it's the same thing. There's nothing extra for the drivers. They still get the same 2 qualifiers in the main. They still get the dumb plaque that no one does anything with. They just make more money doing it and attract more people to the race because they say that it's this big race. So then every weekend, instead of having these local club races that could go on at all the different tracks in a region, they're trying to organize these big races that are just the normal club race. They just charge more money. It frustrates me to no end. There's no added benefit to the racer. So that's one problem. Like, might as well just run club races. It would be much better for everyone except that professional race organizer who wants to make money. So that's one thing also. And then also the racing format. It's too boring. Seriously. The problem we have is people do come in, but they leave very quickly. Because only crazy people stay. You have to really be crazy about RC or just insane in some way to decide to spend all day at the track and drive for 12 minutes. Half of that, it just doesn't make any sense to normal people. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I sitting in this field all day and driving this little, having this small amount of fun? it's not good.
Yeah.
We need to change that how we race, the format.
I
It
agree.
needs to be more exciting, more fun, more fast paced. We've covered that in podcasts also. Ideas how to do that. Ideas how to do it so these people who are running these races, yes, I understand. It needs to make money for them too. We can't rely on volunteers. That's a problem in, for example, Finland, where we don't have races because we don't have race organizers. So I understand that the people who organize the races need to make money, but there can be ways of doing it which is a win-win. They can make money, maybe even more money, and then the racers themselves can enjoy themselves more also. For example, staggering the classes. You have a bunch of people race in the morning, bunch of people day, bunch of people evening. If you want, you can race all day long. Maybe truggies first, e-buggy then, and then nitro buggy, or maybe sportsman classes first, and intermediate, then pro, or something. There are different ways you could stagger the day, so that if someone only wants to run pro nitro buggy, or sportsman nitro buggy, for example, they can do so in a 6-hour window and be done. Or if someone wants to spend all day there, they can race all their different cars and different classes and spend all day there. So there are ways of doing this, but no one wants to put in any extra effort to make it happen.
Well, it all comes down to money at the end of the day.
No,
listen.
This way you can make more money. The organizer could make more money.
Well, they don't understand that. But all they see is we need big entries and we need to have as many as we can so we can make money. And there's nothing wrong with making money. But I think I agree with Adam Drake. I agree with Rhonda. I agree with them when they say we need to go back to club racing. What you guys are saying is absolutely right. That's where you learn. That's where you learn your craft at club race level. That's where you have time to take time and learn things and try different things and have fun with your friends. But it's hard to club race when every month or twice a month there's a big race that everybody wants to go to.
Big race.
Yes, quote unquote big race that everybody wants to go to.
Best example. Buggyland Dirt Nitro Challenge. What was it? Buggy Dirt something?
Yeah, but the one that we talked
yeah.
We're baby carrots.
Scam in the industry.
Oh God.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, let me just explain. If Keenan can understand this, then I know everyone can understand this. How can Jimmy Babcock, JBRL, how can he make more money and make it better for the racers? He can do it by staggering the classes in 3 slots: morning, daytime, nighttime, or evening. Why would that make him more money? Because right now, everyone has to spend all day at the track. I know from being in California over the years, speaking with a lot of people there are people who don't go to a JBRL because it takes too long, too much time, they don't want to do it. Or they can't do it because they have to be somewhere at night or whatever. So the fact that it's so long eliminates some people. That means if it was staggered, they could do it. They could go race in the morning or they could go race daytime. Also, there are those people who think that they would race more classes, but they choose to race less because it's too hectic. Well, if they are staggered so that you just race your nitro buggy here and then e-buggy and then truggy, maybe they would join more of the classes because they can spend all day there. So why not race another class? But I don't see a way where, if that was the case, where some of the people who now go there would choose not to go. Why would someone who races a JBRL now decide not to go if they still get the same track time? It's just within a shorter time frame. It makes no sense. So that the people currently going would still go. In addition, people who think the day is too long and don't want to go, or people who have other things to do and can't spend that long at the track, but still would like to race, they'll go. And some people may race more classes. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. At least give it a try.
Yeah, I think that can work as well. I fully understand what you're saying. So, there you go.
Is it going to happen? No.
No. It makes too much sense.
Yeah.
What's up, Salty Joe? What's up, Cody Taylor? Ian Fortier. Any update on the Novorossi factory? What's going on with Novorossi? Joseph, have you heard anything?
No.
I have heard nothing as well. How about you, Toby? Nothing about Novorossi.
Seen a lot of Novorossis being sold really cheaply online. That's all I know.
I see that Alessi still isn't Alessi doing another engine line as well? No.
Isn't he doing it with OS now?
Yeah. So if he's not doing Novorossi's now, then maybe the writing is on the wall. We shall see. Chris Trudeau. Thank you. I got your name right. I want to say Trudeau, but Trudeau. We all know Joseph picks fights with everyone and that no one is safe from the current lineup of racers. Is there a nicest guy in RC or anyone he doesn't have beef with? Keenan, in your opinion, who is the nicest guy in RC? Joseph, is there anyone you don't have beef with?
I think I don't have beef with most people, really.
Oh, gosh. Okay,
They have beef with me. A nice guy, someone I never had any issues with. I don't know. Should I look at the top 25 list?
Every single person on that list? In my opinion...
Let's look at it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Top 25 RC. I'll go through it. Let's go through it together.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, Jared Tebow. How do I do this? Wait, this is weird.
I think the best thing we should figure out, if you was hanging off a cliff, who would stamp on your figures and watch you fall?
Let's go. He asked a question. I'm going to answer his question. Jared Tebow. He took me out super bad at Neo as a retaliation because he thought I took him out intentionally, but I didn't. I tangled with Bloomfield. My car shot to the side, hit Tebow. Tebow flew onto the straight. Then later on in the race, this was the year Neo with a huge berm at the end of the straight. I go in the berm. He just went straight. He didn't even turn. Just straight hit me. It flew off the track. Then he was super mad, all up in my face after the race. I just said, "Did Jesus make you do it?" Something like that. I don't know. Then he shut up. And then later on, he came back in the pits and was all mad. And, every time I just thought of something smart to tell him. So, yeah, we had some issues. We had some other issues too. No need to get into those. So, yeah, Tebow, nope, that's not the answer. Oh, second guy already. Ongaro. Never had any issue. So there we go. Ongaro. He's one. Ronefalk. David. I don't think I've ever had any issue with David. And unlike Ongaro, with Ronefalk, we've raced a lot. And we talk. We socialize. We know each other, But I've never had an issue with him. So yeah, there's one. Testman. Never had an issue with Ty. Plenty of issues with Gord. So, just last time I was in America, OCRC, huge conversation about politics with Gord. I don't know. He brought it up. I can't remember what it was. Oh, something about Gord told a JQ driver once, "Why do you run a JQ? Do you hate America?" Gord said that to a JQ driver. So I brought that up to him, and then we had a huge argument at OCRC. Mayfield, well, we all saw the World's Banquet. So, yeah, Mayfield, we've had some issues. Canas, well, yeah, of course, we've had issues. He's the biggest hack in RC at the moment. Berton, no issues with Ricardo Berton. Boots, yep. Did you see my last Facebook Live where I answered the question, do I think Elliot Boots is racist? So, yeah, we've had some issues with Boots. Rivkin.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, Rivkin. I'm not quite sure. I don't think so, but somehow. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Savoya, multiple issues. For example, once in this is a long time ago, 6-7 years ago maybe, euros. We were staying in the same hotel, and all the Finnish guys were having like vodka shots and stuff. We were having shots in the restaurant, and then I remember Mejubi was there also, and then we were going out back to the room, and Savoya was there, Martin Bayer, Mejubi, and I don't know what we were talking about. Then Savoya just said that Mejubi doesn't like his boss, like Mejubi doesn't like me, and I don't know. We argued about that a bit. Then what happened was later on they were in their room, Martin Bayer and Savoya, and I went there and said something dumb again, no doubt. So Martin Bayer was just like, just leave, okay? And so he closed the door, but this, no joke, he closed the door on my shoe so that my shoe got stuck in the door. So then I was still knocking on the door like, hey, dude, my shoe is stuck here. And so he thought I was just still like picking a fight or something. So then he came out, he was super mad. So then I remember he strangled me, like he grabbed me by the neck and he was going to start to fight me. And then, oh man, then his mechanic came out. It was nuts. Ari and Arto were there too. It could have been an epic brawl.
Finland versus France.
I had some issues with Savoya and Martin Bayer. Who else? Bornhorst, yeah, plenty of issues. Bornhorst I don't know, why did Bornhorst get mad? Oh yeah, it was the podcast when I called him Average Joe. We were friends until that moment. And then in the race, I was also beating him, which he didn't like. So then, since then, he's not liked me. Before that, we were friends. Fend, never had an issue. Is that enough? Can we stop
Yes,
now?
that's enough.
So yeah, maybe 50-50.
All right.
Go.
I think honestly, the nicest guy in RC is everybody's going to say the same thing. Is Ryan Lutz, man.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I used to think that, but no. He's too far gone,
Jeez.
man. He's not,
Nice.
No, it doesn't go that way. Like, when you're too far gone, it's just no. Because it's, no.
I think Ryan Lutz is the nicest guy in RC.
Ronefalk is nicer than Lutz.
I like Ronefalk too. But I think the nicest guy, honestly, still is Lutz. Like, I got to sit off with him, DNC, and chat with him. And he was busy, and he was having a bad day, and we was just talking about, lots of things. Nothing to do with RC. But it was a good chat.
It's like JQ's is judging him based on what's going on in his head at this point. I think outwardly, as a person, he's probably one of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
But I count being genuine and sort of rational in, at least to sort of a certain extent, that's part of being nice. I think being nice because you think that's how you should be somehow, like
who are you to judge somebody that
though up in some way like that? It's not the same thing as just being nice,
Oh gosh, shut up.
Do you see what I mean?
Shut up.
Let's be honest.
I don't know about that.
You're not into religion.
Let's put it this way. If you're nice only because you think that if you don't do something like this, you'll be punished, then that's not as cool as if you are just nice because you're nice.
Maybe he's just nice because that's his personality, you jackass.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
He wants to convey himself. He wants to convey himself as a certain type. He wants to come off as a certain type of person.
There are so many examples of the most extreme.
Oh Lord,
being...
and we're not going into that right now. So shut up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Hey,
he has that psycho smile. Also, did you see that? Bloke?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Have you seen him smile naturally ever?
Shut up. You
always fake smiles.
poppycock. I'm gonna use my English saying.
Mask off. I don't buy it.
Shut up. You just can't.
Next.
You just can't
Next
help.
up.
You just don't think that somebody can be
Mask
nice because you have to be an asshole all the time.
No, I just said when people are just nice, that's better than when it's like this.
Oh, shut up.
Next question.
Yeah, there we go. Adam Reevy, why not just have smaller races? Participate it, max it out at 50 or 60 racers. Yeah, we can do that if they pay
Because it
more.
doesn't make money.
Right, but unless you pay more. Corey Jordan, should we have more cash payout races? I think so. Yes, it's gonna bring out some ugly. It's gonna make people fight, but they're doing it in drag racing. But see, drag racing is just one shot. You got one shot, it's done. That's it. You ain't got a 15-minute race where somebody can take you out and all that type of
Drag
stuff.
racing is a fad.
Sad.
It's gonna die.
Maybe not. Chase
Watch 2 years. There's no more drag racing.
Chase Elrich, TA Club race had over 80 entrants this last weekend. It did look like a great race that weekend. SJ Chandler, Mr. Hearts Racing RC track himself. Hey guys, let's put this up here. Hey guys, why is it within the UK we can't get existing racers to choose the JQ buggy for the next season? We seem to be only selling kits to the new racers and unable to sell kits to seasoned racers. What's the deal here? How can we get existing racers to buy a JQ?
You need someone good in the UK to drive it. So
Yeah.
that you see that it's actually good. That's the biggest reason, really.
Well, and maybe has something to do with.
No, because there's no serpents either. No fucking currency.
Yes, there is. There's more.
Serpents.
Yes, because Tony Avoca's got the serpents going there. So.
Oh yeah, well, UK.
Yeah.
There you go. So there's someone there who knows what they're doing, and they probably got someone decent driving. But I actually haven't seen any serpents over there. Are they really? Scott will know.
Yeah, I think Scott's doing a great job over there organizing the UK. We just need somebody. It could have been Brad, but he went to Associated. But
if you think for a second that no one would buy a JQ in the UK if Boots was running it, for example, or, well, he's in Italy now. Who's in the UK like constantly racing there and winning? And
Skidmore, Jones, Clancy, Craig. Yeah.
Clancy isn't winning, is he?
Yeah, but he's
What if
still
one of those guys
Yeah.
like was out there winning, waxing everybody? Yeah, people would buy it. That's how it works.
All right, we got a long one here. Sorry. I'm going to hide that. What about if a third-party organization like Raw or something designated just a couple classes as race classes, and that's what local tracks abide by? For example, 8th buggy, 10th two-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive. Each one of these classes could have a breakdown of sportsman, intermediate, expert. But if you want to race at a local track, you had to run one of these classes, and hold on.
Sorry.
And that's it. Anything else would be novel. Less classes, more track time. Hobby shops know what to stock. Newbies know what to get. I don't know what to say about that. That was a long question. That's over my payroll right there, my pay grade. Joseph, can you read the question?
I can't read the question. You read it, but
you can read it now.
I don't think that's a solution. Yeah, but even he mentioned 3 skid level classes. That's too much. You only need 2. Pros and Joes. That's it. Don't need
Shelby.
more. There's no reason.
Shelby Parker. What's up, Shelby? Good job at the Cheyenne Showdown. Clubs need to have a legit pro payout class. Every form of racing has a money class for experts at local level. LRC clubs, local RC clubs with 2.5 minute quals, which puts you into your main group. Okay, once 2.5 minute qualifiers to put you into your main group. Then each group races 3 6-minute mains for an overall result. The only bum part is short nitro mains. Also, it's a fun, friendly format that aids in needing pit people and marshals. Yeah, that could maybe. I mean, I love longer nitro mains, but if you don't have enough people at a club race to have a pit person and marshal, then maybe the shorter non-pit mains are the answer. Let's see. Lefty, tell JQ give me his hockey mask. Aaron J. Helliger. When are we doing call-in? Call-ins are going on now, Austin. Nobody has called in, so I'm probably going to turn it off here in a minute because it just cost me money, and we're going to wrap this up here soon. Anyway, who is next for JQ to piss off? I don't know. JQ isn't on Facebook, so he isn't pissing off anybody. Well, he did piss off Savoya today.
He's working on it on Instagram.
Yeah, there we go. He's always trying to
Not
step
very
it up.
active on Instagram, so
It's not the same though. You don't get the reaction that you want. Cody Taylor, you see cars. Here we go. We can put this up. We see cars starting to go back to Universal. Do you think everyone will be back on them soon?
Well, I've always been on Universals. I don't know who's going back on Universals now.
He's an X-ray driver, so I don't know. I don't know, dude. Who's
Maybe
going
they
on
had
them,
old
Cody?
stock they needed to get rid of.
All right. AJ Hellinger. Fuck JQ. He can't even respond. He asked you
For
for
what?
your hockey mask.
Well, give me money. Just asking for free stuff.
There you
Do
go.
you think I'm a fucking socialist?
Oh, all right. We have one call,
Trump,
and
MAGA 2020.
it's Austin Snyder. Let's go. We got to talk to Austin. We only got one call. What's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing? What are you doing?
I'm actually headed to BHRC to go run some indoor 10 scale tonight.
Oh, it is Wednesday. So yeah. Is Sumter ready for the weekend?
Yeah, we are. We got Ryan Lutz flying in on Friday. Got the arrangements for where he's going to be staying. One of our track crews is going to go pick him up on Friday. And then running the USRC race on Saturday. And then I'm going and running indoor on-road on Sunday.
Where are you going to run on road
busy
to?
racing. Soda City, RC in Columbia.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, so
What
you're
class?
going to Beach RC?
Shut up, JQ. I'm not talking to you.
Listen, I need you to do me a favor. So go to Beach RC and then give Brent double middle fingers from me.
Yeah. Don't do that.
I don't have any plans on doing it. I don't really follow what JQ says half the time. Shit, his setups for his own car don't even work. So
Oh,
Whoa! Does this guy have a JQ car?
he had one. He went back. He went to techno.
Yeah, techno. Jeez, that explains everything.
So what's the call? What are you going to race this tonight, Joker?
just a mod 4-wheel drive. I've got the B74.
This
Got
guy
it last
shouldn't be running
December,
a
and it's
mod.
been hanging up on the wall.
JQ says you shouldn't be running mod, Joker.
What, you want me to run stock so I can suck somebody's fucking dick off? Like,
No, he definitely should run stock by the sound of things.
why do I need
And
to
I
run
know it's a
stock?
favorite pastime. That second thing you mentioned was a favorite pastime of techno drivers, but
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, there goes that. Joker. You gonna let him-
these guys.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna mute you right now.
Yeah.
You,
Hey.
me or mute?
Woo!
Joker, what's the what's
where are those? There. These
How-
guys.
shut up, Joseph.
Hey, this is special for the caller.
I'm gonna mute you right now. Mute. There we go.
You-
Joker. What's things looking like for Sumter this weekend? Think you guys can get a good turnout?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
There was a slight confliction with the Southern Off-Road Series. They got rained out last weekend,
Mm.
and they rescheduled for this weekend, which normally not a big deal if there's another track running on the same day. But they're racing at a track that we have a partnership with, which is Augusta RC in Augusta, Georgia. It's only about an hour and a half from our track, so it's a slight confliction issue. A couple of our guys are probably going to go to SOS because they're in the running for the overall series. Whereas a lot of their guys are probably that aren't in the running for any sort of good finish in the overall are going to come up to Sumter just to run with luck. So
Sweet.
we're looking at getting burnout, but our club races bring in 80 to 120 entries. So our big races and our out of town races, they bring in anywhere between 100 to 170 entries.
It's a good thing you ain't watching this because JQ would be you would be telling him off right now. That's good, man. Unfortunately, you're on top of a race, but it's hard right now because lots of rain delays and stuff like that. So I hope you guys have a good race. Lutz has fun. And yeah, I want him to I want him to get back in the groove and do good things, sir. That's my hope.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the confliction with the racing schedule, because both guys who run it actually, I know them both pretty well. I did the head guy at quite a few races. We talked about it, and we know that there's going to be sometimes where it's inevitable. And I did look at this one as something that could have been avoided. The scheduling on top of could have been avoided, whether it was looking at other schedules or paying attention before rescheduling. But I had a conversation with both of them. There's no hard feelings between us because it's bound to happen. So they're going to run their race. We're going to run ours, and we're going to hope for the best with both of them.
Hey, Joker. Well, you know what Jerry Walter says? He says, first time I've ever agreed with JQ, this guy shouldn't be running mod. He's the reason there's a shortage of A-arms. You know, Jerry's a local racer, right?
I don't know who Jerry is.
Oh, okay. I thought he knew you. But you have fun at Beach RC. Tell Brent and Lucas I said what's up. Good luck this weekend at Sumter. I'll be following it. And I actually have another call in, and he's calling from Sweden, so it's long distance.
All right, man. Well, best of luck. Hope to see you at the track again, too.
All right, man. Thank you for calling in, Joker. Talk to you later.
All right, man.
Bye-bye. Joseph, you're so rude, man. Why are you so rude?
That guy deserves it.
Joker's all right. It's my friend. Oh, man, I got something in my eye.
They shouldn't be running mod. I mean, I could tell. See, that guy agreed, and I don't even know who the hell that guy was. I could just tell. Clearly, he doesn't know how to build a car. He goes from JQ to Techno. I mean, that's all you need to know.
What's up, Mr. Pixit Racing? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Joseph, stop making noise.
I'm over this.
It's Connie. What's up, Connie? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I had to call in since for once it's Swedish friendly times for the call-ins.
Do you hear Joseph being so disrespectful? He's wrenching on his engine while he's doing this and picking up everything.
Yeah. What's new anyway?
Must be just Finnish people.
Have you? So I was planning to listen to the call-ins, but I ended up watching some HBO show with my wife. So have you answered my question that I put up on?
No, I didn't, because I have to ask yours and JQ. Which question was this? On the Instagram account?
The luckiest guy?
Well, we did that on the podcast.
Driver?
We did that on the podcast today.
Oh, you already done that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll have to wait for the podcast then, I guess.
Well, it's up. I put it up this morning.
Oh, you put it up?
Yeah, we're going back to
Wednesday.
Wednesday releases. How's things in Sweden, great. Connie?
It's it's rainy. So we had a couple of really great weeks, and now it's back to shitty Swedish weather again.
There you go. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I'm gonna get Chris Heagle on here for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to a race next weekend. I guess it's the last large scale race for the season. It's a pretty fun race because there's two tracks in Sweden that are pretty close to each other. So we will do the qualifiers on one track on Saturday, and then we will run the main on another track on Sunday. So that's a pretty cool thing. And they are both very different, one on Astro and one on clay. So you will have pretty different setups on your cars. So looking forward to that.
Sweet. All fifth scale stuff.
Yeah.
Right? What are you going to rush?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't drive it. Yeah. Well, I actually have an e-buggy, but that's just for, playing around in winter time. So when are you getting your truck?
I don't know. I gotta try and work out something with Chris Higa. I don't know. Do some promotion for him. Fifth scale is expensive.
Yeah, of course.
But we'll see.
Well, actually, I discussed it with some of my 8-scale friends, and we started comparing. And I mean, I guess they are more expensive when you buy them, but then after tires and stuff are not. I mean, you run on the same tires the whole season. It's so when you add it up, it's actually not that different. I would say actually argue for fifth scale being cheaper than eighth scale. So
especially when you factor in tires, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then we run for like 35 minutes on one tank, which is pretty cool. So we can run really long mains without having any pit stops, which is cool.
Sweet.
So it's a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like your new the podcast studio.
You
It's
like
great
it?
with all the cars behind you. Yeah.
And my toys.
good.
Thank you. Joseph's studio looks nice too.
Yeah, but yeah. You know, with the guitars, do you ever play those guitars, Joseph? Just there for looks?
Your mic is muted, Joseph. No one can hear you. Your mic is muted.
Oh, I do play them, yeah. But this isn't the studio shot. You'll see when I release the YouTube video, and you'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of music do you play on them? Like rock or
Green Day.
soft?
Are you gonna do?
Actually, I'm
Green
playing
Day?
a
Oh, yeah?
Jimi Hendrix song.
Hey, you
Are you
know
gonna
what?
do like a,
Oh,
You know what?
or do
Connie,
you play? Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to ask Joseph if he likes Lordi, the Finnish hard rock band that won the Eurovision like 10 years ago.
Not
the
a
month.
massive fan, no.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Connie, I think you and Toby should get
Yeah.
to know each other. You guys both like stats.
Yeah, sure. We haven't. Oh yeah, we love stats.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So I think you and him could have some
Yeah, we
work together and have some great conversations that I would not want to be involved in because it's completely above my pay grade. But
it'd be a great way to get viewers off of this call. That's for sure.
yeah, connect up with him.
Yeah, I guess we have. Yeah, I guess we have some new, stat stuff to show later on.
Yeah, should be
But
good.
that's for another call.
For sure. Hey, I did interview Paul Coleman, and he's been getting into fifth scale. It'll probably be next week's podcast that I put it out. So he's now going to be running TLR stuff,
Cool.
and he's going to be working alongside with Chris.
Okay,
Eager
cool.
a little bit, like helping him with setup, just and stuff. So it's going to be good. Paul likes that fifth scale stuff. So.
That's great.
And the Summer Sizzler,
Teammates them.
the Summer Sizzler, which is coming up Labor Day weekend, by the way, they're going to have a fifth scale class. Matt Olson's going to it too. I think he's going to outrun the race. So it's going to be indoor. It's going to be good.
Oh, great. Yeah. Indoor race?
Yeah, it's an indoor 8 scale race, but they're going to have fifth scale as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Matt Olson is great. He's putting up a lot of work to promote fifth scale.
I think if Joseph puts some time into fifth scale, he can be a world champ. But he can't be Pecco. So I think he can
That's
be
for
Pecco.
Pragi. Yeah.
Pecco's good.
Oh, yeah, Pecco is good. Pecco is great in fifth scale. Yeah. It was a big race in Czech Republic. Since they canceled the Euros, this is pretty much the best race this season. And Team van der Elst won that. But I couldn't really go down there since the whole kind of Corona situation. So,
Sweet.
But it looked great. Yep.
All right, Connie. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you for calling in. I know you always tell me to do these earlier. It's hard because not too many of the European guys calling in, but I appreciate you calling in. And I look forward to what you have in store for everybody here soon. And yes, I will get a fifth scale here. Trust me, at one point.
Sure. Good. Okay.
All right, Connie.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
I won't.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye-bye. We actually have one more call from Los Angeles. I have no idea who it is.
Jay Smoker.
It's not. It might be Jay. Let's see. Hello. Oh, they hung up. Let's see. I'm gonna call them back.
Thank you for calling Auto Warranty Services.
Oh no.
To opt out from our calling list, please press 1.
Actually, I've been having
Also
these people.
warranty.
I don't know, but they've been calling, offering jobs to this number for the longest while. So who knows? I'm trying to look. Joe Zaire had a question, and it was about the FEEL setting on the Sanma radio, Joseph. You know anything about that?
Feel.
Yeah.
You mean feel in English
Feel.
language?
Yes. Feel. Like, is it just in your blood to be an asshole? Like, mirror, mirror on the wall. How much of an asshole can I be today? Who's the biggest?
You got a good solid 1.5 hours out of me, okay? I'm on to different things now.
All right. Well,
Like
answer the
greener
question.
pastures.
Answer the question about the feel. And
What
that's
about feel? Is that? Hey, ask Joseph about the feel on the radio. Okay. What kind of question is that? A question without a question.
Here we go. Hold on. I found it. Here we go. If the feeling setting, does JQ also adjust the throttle side of it? Also, how much does he turn the expo and turn down the expo and steering speed?
They have different. The feel is for both separate. I thought it was just one thing, but I always turn the feel down. I think it's like from 5 in one direction to 5 in the other. I put it to the 0 thing. So I slow it down. Yes.
What does this do? I don't even know what this
I
is.
think it's the responsiveness of the radio, like of the communication between the receiver and the radio. How fast, how quick that is.
Oh, okay.
So
The feel
but
setting.
I turn it down.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Elfid said we need a full race format from JQ and run it like a Reedy race. Oh, we do have something like that. It's called.
No, not really race. That's not a good race format either.
But you love it.
Yeah, but not for every race. Less practice, more heads up qualifying.
Stevie Charles.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve Charles? From Alice. It's from Scott. Scott Walker. What's up, Scott? Hiya. From Alice. When are you coming to the UK? Apparently, I need to race Keenan. What? I don't think you want to race me, Alice. I can wheel, somewhat. Just has been a long time since I've done it. You don't want none of this smoke, Alice. I would like to come to the UK though. Got to get back there. All right. He's going into hammering. Let's get out of here. Toby, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your coverage. Thank you to everybody that tuned in to this podcast. I'm going to mute JQ until he says something. Oh, no, he always says something funny. Thank you to everybody. What's y'all's favorite drink? When I'm drinking, I like to drink Modelo's or...
No Modelo's anymore. You gave up alcohol.
I know. I said when I drink, I like to drink I haven't given up alcohol. I'm just not drinking right now. I'm not saying I'm ever going to never drink again. But
you're gonna drink once your wife stresses you out. And
that
I
was
stress you out at the same time. That's too much stress for you.
That was last week. And everybody was
I didn't add to your stress last week.
Thank God for that. You did in a bit. Toby's got to go. We got to let Toby go. Chris Trudeau has another question. Okay, all right. One more question. Chris Trudeau. If JQ hosts his own version of the Mugen challenge, would he run it like the Kyosha challenge and only allow his cars? They actually wouldn't let you run that race. Remember, Joseph?
I bought the Kyosha and they wouldn't let me race. I'm not a customer. I said, yes, I am. I bought your stupid car. And then they still wouldn't let me race. But you're a manufacturer. Fuck. Keep your fucking race.
So how would you run it?
No, because we'd be like 7 guys there.
I wasn't going to say that.
But yeah, if I had a super popular brand, I would do that, like Kyosha, yeah, only for them and make it special. I wouldn't run it like a normal race. I'd do something special, Yeah, I think so. That'd
Sweet.
be cool.
All right. Well, thank you. What's up, Will? Hello from Canada, Will Shell. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for the questions. We're going to probably do this once a month with JQ. You can see his attention span has gone completely. Thank you to Toby. Thank you to all the awesome companies that support us. Thank you to the NNRC squad. Without you guys, none of this is possible.
Okay.
Thank you to
Have
the
you guys
Patreon.
ever seen this before?
Yes.
Yes.
Boom.
I have one like that. 3 weeks ago, it happened to me.
I've never done this before.
What engine?
OS. So this was the engine I did the race with. This was really good, a good engine and everything. But you know what I did? I was testing for the video that I'm about to do. I was testing the mid-range needle, and I tried. Okay, so how far can I go? Like, what happens? So, yep, that was the mid-range needle on the OS, 0.4 mil in. Don't do that, folks. The mid-range is lean and it's seized. Not even on the straight or anything, like midfield, infield section, seized.
Really?
I could literally hear it too. I knew what happened. I'm like, fuck it, seized.
Was it like in Bolivia? That was so funny.
Maybe I can't remember that one.
We just looked at each other like,
Conrad
oh
is
shit.
still okay. It's just the piston.
Is that on the exhaust side of the piston?
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, leave it to JQ. He'll bust it up. Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Please go check us out if you want to support the podcast there. Thank you to the companies that make this happen. Especially shout out to Techno RC for bringing the hotline to us. Shout out to Beach RC, RCMX.
Shout out to Techno, but not to their driver that called in. That guy.
You know what,
that
man?
guy.
I'm gonna mute you right now. There we go. Muted. Shout out to Techno RC for sponsoring this part of the podcast. RCMX Online, Beach RC, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Manscaped.com, JQ Racing, Rob's Oil for all your Amsoil products, Wally Builds, JQ Threads, and of course, shout out to Connor Ehlers from Duluth Cranes. Thank you for all the support. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll unmute Joseph because I know he has something rude to say. Thank you, Toby. Say goodbye to everybody before we get out of here.
Thanks for having me, Keenan, and yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Joseph, for your time. Do you have anything to say before we leave, or are you just gonna rudely interrupt me?
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate this opportunity to be on here. Thank you, Toby. You're good.
Yo,
man.
why are you so rude, man? Why are you so freaking rude?
I just turned over a new leaf. Now I'm nice.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
whatever.
Max. You're really the best guy in RC. You're super nice. And your smile isn't psychopathic at all.
Oh my gosh. Well, shut up, you fool. Remember, Nitro is the glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding, you're sliding. And hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. One love, Lefty.
To be talented, though.
I'm gonna kill this guy. Lefty out.
Thank you for listening to
See
the
ya.
No Name RC
Later.
podcast. We greatly appreciate all the support and love from you, the listeners. Without all of you, none of this is possible. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon. If you wish to support the podcast further, you can at patreon.com/NNRC podcast. As a patron, you will receive early releases, special content, and patron-only giveaways. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, www.nnrcpodcast.com. Remember, Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. If you aren't having fun, it doesn't make sense. And if you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty out. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory.
Peace out.